Hey, what's up? It is Dan McDonald, the Life Regenerator here on YouTube. Uh, Today I'm making a video for a friend slash client, my best client really, to be honest with you, and she's stoked and she's really getting a lot of transformation. But no matter how many times I go over the protocol, there's still a lot of questions. So we're going to go over the protocol today. Again, the Paradigm Core 4 gut-changing, life-changing, transformational, heal all protocol. Can you dig it? So strap in, get some juice recipe or your favorite cauliflower popcorn, lay back, let the video play. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up on these videos. Leave me a comment and all that. But today, we're doing the lemon ginger blast. Now, this is the longest I ever been without a lemon ginger blast. I went to Europe like 2 months ago, and I haven't had a lemon ginger blast since I left. So it's been like 2 months since I had a lemon ginger blast. Now, I got a lemon ginger blast. My ass is hungry because I've been fasting like I'm a serial faster. Can you dig it? Fasting is amazing, but then so is juicing, and so is living foods, and so is exercise, and so is sleep. And I'm going to go over a program here real soon talking about how you can really get healthy. That's going to be like a 2 or 3 hour class on the website regenerateyourlife.org. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But for now, let's get into the lemon ginger blast. What do we got for that? We got apple, lemon, ginger, a whole lot of ginger, young ginger. Can you dig it? Let me show you what the young ginger looks like. Okay? This is what young ginger looks like. Okay, the more mature ginger has more of a bite to it, to be honest with you, but the young ginger is awesome too. So lemon ginger blast, apple, lemon, ginger, turmeric today, habanero, and then on the green side of things to balance everything out. That's why this is the #1 tonic in the world to heal, regenerate, alkalize, energize, purify, detoxify. Okay, and that is on the greens. And if someone wants to transcribe this down below, you know I love you. Thank you. I'll give you a heart. Can you dig it? Celery, cucumber, dandelion, mint, arugula, and for a little bit of extra, since it's been so long, I got some cilantro and some parsley, okay? So this is the lemon ginger blast. Let's get started with some of these greens, okay? Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, I just went to the market, totally loaded up on the goods. And so what I'm going to be doing is a video marathon. And I'm going to be talking about today, specifically, I want to get straight into it. I got the shirt on. It's hot, but I'll just bring the Paradigm stuff up here right now so that I can go over it. So first of all, you're starting off with the, well, let's just try to talk about everything all at once. But the celery is really good because it's got the minerals in it, okay? Celery juice is really good. It's one of those ones that'll cool you off. And people are deficient in minerals, and that's why there's so many heart problems, and there's so much muscle cramping and headaches and lethargy. So what you're looking for is a high energy, easily absorbable, easily digestible, high mineral diet. Some people say low sugar, but I don't believe that because I get a lot of exercise. But that's another thing from my friend Regina. I'm trying to tell her, you got to get out and get the exercise. Nobody exercises enough. I'm not saying to kill yourself. I'm saying you got to go out and you've got to go have fun. But you've got to find some kind of physical activity that you enjoy doing, that challenges you, that forces you to, work your legs, work your arms, work your back, work your lungs, work your brain. I'm not saying you got to kill yourself, but if you just go out hiking in nature, you're going to be able to get rid of the diabetes, get rid of the obesity. You're going to be able to balance your hormones. Nobody I talk to ever exercises enough. Now, I realize we have busy lives and stuff, but we also need to learn to manage our time better and prioritize. The healthier that you get, the more energy that you have, the more you'll be able to get done, the more focused you'll be, because the better you'll feel. So if you eat really well and you get exercise, you will be able to much more manage your time better. And if people want to lose weight and feel better and heal, now healing is a little bit different if there's a chronic degenerative state. But I'm talking about like losing weight. You have to go out and you have to move your body. We walked for 8, 10, 12 hours a day for millions of years, and then all of a sudden we're like, well, I exercise like 30 minutes twice a week. I wonder why my hormones are out of balance. I wonder why I don't sleep well at night. I wonder why I'm not able to lose the weight. I wonder why I don't have any energy. So that's, I'm chastising Regina here because that's what I'm always trying to, and it's not like I got to go do this miserable thing that I hate. Find something you love to do. It just so happens that I love yoga. I love hiking. I love cycling. I love kayaking. I love going to the gym and lifting weights. So I love all of it. So I'm very fortunate. I mix it up every day. And it's not even exercise. It's just living life. I realize that I've created my schedule and my lifestyle to be able to focus on health. But you do the best you can, and you know you can do better. Okay? And you know you can spend more time on the weekend or whatever hiking for 3 or 4 hours in the day to be able to, you know, lose the weight, balance the hormones, and get a good night's sleep, and get all those, you process your emotions, especially while walking. I mean, nobody gets enough exercise. These are ultra chronic dandelion leaves here. The dandelion is going to clean your liver out. The world is a toxic waste dump. That's the problem, is the toxins and the processed food. And the processed food has toxins in it. And the people they eat the processed food, they cook all the food, kill all the enzymes, then the pancreas is overloaded. I'm going to be doing a video on diabetes soon too, so I could save that. This juice is good for diabetes, along with the enzymes and the probiotics. Okay, so before I get ahead of myself, number 1 is the cleanse. Okay, that goes first thing in the morning. You can take cleanse with your lemon water. You can take it with tea. You can take the cleanse, those are the capsules, but you can also take the cleanse in the powder form in grapefruit, grape, apple, or orange, or pomegranate, or watermelon to take your cleanse in the morning. Another thing that's really good to do if you want to have amazing bowel movements is you take the cleanse powder, put a little bit on a plate, chop up a watermelon, and take the watermelon and just a little dip onto the cleanse powder, which is a bunch of herbs and psyllium husk and hibiscus that pulls all the junk and the sludge and the mucus and the waste and the proteins and the carbs and the fats that are undigested out of the body, so you can start to absorb and utilize your food, get rid of the bloating, get rid of the IBS, get rid of the gas, get rid of the lethargy, get rid of the protein, carb, and fat plaques. The base membrane is clogged up, and that's why everyone's eating, and nobody's ever satisfied, because we cook all the nutrition out of the food, and then over the years, the layers and layers build up. The utilization isn't there, the inflammation is there, the brain fog is there, because we don't take care of our colon. And so that's why we bring in the Pyridine Core 4 detoxification heal all protocol for the gut. Then your brain will start to wake up, and then all the stuff will make even more sense. Food choices are better, energy gets higher, and disease conditions go away. This is the mint. This is for, obviously it makes your breath smell better, but these essential oils also make you smell better, and the mint is also good for opening up the lungs, which will then increase oxygen utilization, which will then increase your energy output. So you want to absorb and utilize and process and eliminate your food in your gut, but you also want your tissues to be able to do the same thing. And so that's why you're using as much of the fresh, high water living foods as you can, so that you have cell wall permeability, which allows for nutrients to get in, which then activates the ATP in the center of the cell. So there's energy, life force. Can you feel it, baby? You want to be outside playing instead of inside making videos, but making videos is still pretty cool too if you're having a good time and it's what you want to do. But I really can't wait to have a lemon ginger blast to go outside and play, because I got a lot of ATP, because I get the water in there from the juices and the water-rich living foods. Because human beings are pure water. That's why I love the juicing. That's why I love the high water foods. And that's why I say try to eat as little cooked food as you can, because the water vapor goes out. And then you're pulling water out of your tissues in order to process it. You're also pulling massive amounts of enzyme activity from the pancreas in order to utilize the processed and cooked foods, and then you have no more metabolic enzymes to be able to, for cellular repair, for hair growth, for your nails, for your bones, for your reproductive organs and all your glands to function and create all the hormones that you need. So everyone is depleted. And I know I sound like a broken record, but hey man, I see it now more clearly than ever before. People need help. I'm not perfect, never been perfect, don't want to be perfect, and don't want to present myself as that. I'm a human being, but I'm very fortunate that I did develop a lot of really good habits over the years and got onto this trip, and it's been really, really good because I don't have reproductive problems, okay? I'm just saying a lot of dudes my age and even younger are like, well, I can't, my wife, she's mad, I can't, I'm a noodle. It's because they're blocked up. There's no cell permeability, there's no oxygen, there's no ATP, there's no energy, there's no circulation, because we're not living right. Because all these corporations a long time ago said, let's make Swanson's TV dinners, advertise those, and tell them that that's better than fresh, organic, wholesome, natural foods that your grandmama ate out the garden. That's why she was a little bit sane for a while there. So I don't know what all that was. That was cilantro. That's a heavy metal detoxifier. The parsley is also really good at neutralizing odors in the body. So this is a very special lemon ginger blast, hitting all the bases. These herbs are incredible. So can you dig it? So I like fruits, vegetables, herbs, nuts, seeds, seaweeds. And then everyone can do whatever the hell they want, because I'm nobody's judge. But I'm just saying, like, stay hydrated to stay motivated. Okay? Because a baby is like 80% water, and your grandma is like 55% water. And that's why she breaks her hip, because she forgot to eat her high water fruits. Like, whatever, I got these pineapples, more of these. I was like, I'm just going to live off pineapple, can you dig it? Because that's got the enzymes that keeps your energy high. But the enzymes are in the apples too. And that's why I wanted to say, that's why we supplement with enzymes when people are coming off all these crazy ass, nasty ass diets that got them all clogged up, because the basement membrane is clogged up. So the gut is clogged, the cell walls are clogged, the blood is clogged. And that's why we bring in the super, Regina, that's what's second. Next is actually the Pyrazyme and the herbal blood. Okay, so the Pyrazyme breaks up the coagulated proteins, carbs, and fats that all the dysbiotic microorganisms are living off of, and also biofilms, mucoid plaque. And so the microorganisms that are the dysbiotic type are living inside these biofilms, these mucoid plaques, that is layer after layer after layer of grains and starches and cooked fats. Living fats are water soluble. Cooked fats bond and become sticky. Coagulated proteins, sticky. That's why we're trying to soak our nuts and seeds. We're trying to activate our food to the living food, biogenic, bioactive, so that the proteins, the carbs, and the fats are living and easily assimilated. That way you stay healthy, have healthy hair, healthy bones, healthy teeth, healthy reproductive organs. But now if we've been on these diets of all these cooked food and processed food for a long time, and all the pharmaceutical drugs, your system is not going to be working properly. So you're bringing in the Pyrozyme to break up the biofilms, to break up the protein plaquing in your body that's causing inflammation and a lack of utilization and absorption of your food. That's why you're eating. Not only is it the dopamine drug addiction that you have and all of the advertising that you've seen all your life and all the emotional stuff with the food, but also the fact that your appestat is never able to turn off because nobody eats real food anymore. They look at you like you're an alien and you're like, why do you drink that lemon ginger blast? Well, let's see. With this lemon ginger blast here today, I'm going to drink 1 jar of juice and get more nutrition than most people get in a week in 1 jar of juice. And then I'm going to do the same thing again tomorrow. So I'm adding years to my life to my years. I'm going outside. Reproductive is working great. I'm almost 50, and my reproductive organs are working fantastic. I'm really glad about that, okay? I'm really glad about that, okay? So, and I see a lot of these dudes are not stoked. That's just not the main thing, but energy, life force, consciousness, clarity, purity, energy, just life. So you can enjoy life. But who's got the energy? Well, I have some when I take those fake-ass energy drinks and burn my adrenals out. I have some energy when I take the coffee. That's the only way I can get to the gym. But you don't want to live like that. You want real life force energy. So that's why I encourage everyone. Here's some turmeric I'm going to throw in. You want to encourage everyone to eat as much fresh, wholesome, natural, living, high-water, mineral-rich foods as you can. And me, like, I'm a little bit of a freak. I've been juicing every day for 30 years. I live off of juice, basically. But you know what? It works for me, man. Like I said, I get more nutrition in one of these bottles. In one of these, when I fill this up, which I'll do at the end of the video here, I get more in 1 jar of juice than most people get in a week with all this fake-ass, nasty-ass food. Can you dig it? So I think I put some turmeric in there. Now it's dripping out the bottom. But that is the super concentrated. I'm going to throw in a habanero here. That just activates everything and drives everything into the tissues. You know what I'm saying? So here's some lemon. 2 lemons. I should have actually done a better job so that people could transcribe. So what I had was, so here's the transcription. Then I'll finish up with the herbal blood here. So don't go anywhere. But I've got 8 apples, 1 head of celery, 2 cucumbers, 1 bundle of mint, 1 bundle of cilantro, 1 bundle of dandelion, 1 bundle of arugula, and 1 bundle of parsley. That's today's ultra chronic lemon ginger blast. Whatever herbs you got, just make it up. Okay? Then you add a little bit of turmeric if you've got it. If not, just use the ginger. It's a little easier to find the ginger. And then you've got 2 lemons and a habanero. And I hope I did a good job with that. I think we pretty much got everything. And for the transcriber, just watch what I do here and do a good job. And I really appreciate that. So this is a lot of ginger, but that being said, I mean, I eat this stuff. And that's so cool with the little green thing on there. I just eat ginger. I eat this much in a meat for just as a snack. Just for my, just to keep the gut clean and healthy and the circulation and the blood, you know. I'm a little bit strange, but why not? You know what I mean? Why not? And it's not going to hurt. It's just different, but it's not crazy. It's actually really cool to have such a super strong gut to be able to do that kind of thing. And just to be able to consume medicines that way. I eat turmeric right out of the ground. I eat ginger right out of the ground. Last but not least are the 8 apples here. And now we've taken the Pyrozyme. Okay, we take, sorry Regina, 20 minutes in and everybody else, but I just do all this stuff and I'm like, dandelion that does this and the ginger does that. And now we're back to this. But so that's just my style. So I could be more like, have some editing or whatever, but who cares? Let's do it. The Pyrozyme is going to break up the undigested proteins, carbs, and fats. The herbal blood is going to eliminate all of the parasites, the viruses, the mold, and the fungus, candida, and parasites. I don't think I said that already. not only in the GI tract, because the Purazyme is going to break down the biofilms and expose them, because they're down in there hiding underneath polysaccharide films, and they're just like sitting there like that, waiting for their next, and then they grow upwards on the GI tract wall, and then they get more active, and then they eat up all your nutrition. So you want beneficial microorganisms instead of dysbiotic. Now, there's no exact hard science on what that means. It just means that the better and cleaner that you eat, the better and cleaner are the types of microbes you're going to have, the better are going to be the metabolites of consciousness that are associated with the breakdown of those foods, those types of microorganisms, and the type of metabolites, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, enzymes, precursors to every biological function, and all the hormones and biological steroids, not endogenous, but inner. So there's the exogenous, not exogenous hormones, but endogenous, inside of you, those hormones being created by the microbes from the healthy food. Now, which is going to make better microbes and better metabolites? Celery, spinach, and cabbage, and ginger and turmeric. Let's say there's a sauerkraut recipe is what that is. Okay, or Oreo cookies with a Dairy Queen peanut butter parfait, and then a Dick's burger. What food is going to create better metabolites that are going to lead to not only better consciousness, but better hormones, better steroids, better neurotransmitters, and all different types of, we don't even know yet. Nobody even knows what the hell's going on. We have an inkling like this much. But you can use your common sense and say, let's see, do I want the metabolites of Oreos, or do I want the metabolites of cabbage and carrots and beets and onions? Those are some of the microbiome type foods. Okay? So, obviously, you don't want to eat the processed food, and that's why everyone has diabetes. That's why everyone's overweight. That's why everyone's depressed. That's why everyone has anxiety. That's why there's IBS, that and stress. So the stresses, don't mitigate that, because that's a true factor. Relax. I know I seem a little hyped up, but my life is good. And I could share all the secrets of that. There is a secret. Believe me, I started out rough, but I found Jesus, and it's been getting better and better ever since, because there's a spiritual path. You're like, oh, you figure it out. You're like, okay, cool. Some are going to hate, some are going to love. Focus on the love, because that is God. God is love, not hate. Can you dig it? Okay? In a relative sense, in the absolute sense, it's all God, but still, God is love. So therefore, those that love you are the ones you want to be around, and that's the path to follow. And then all the other negative stuff is just the guy who's drinking, and it's all on social media anyways, and he's never going to come to you in his real life because he's scared crapless. There's another word for it, but you know what I mean. So, herbal blood. Get rid of the parasites, the candida. Mostly are the two big ones. The big-ass parasites, the little parasites that are associated with all these fake foods that we've been eating the whole time, plus stress, plus the pharmaceutical drugs, plus all the other chemicals that are weakening our microbiology. We are under attack. And that's why we're bringing the living foods and the Purazyme to create the garden of the gut, which then leads to a better consciousness and way more health and way better energy. I know you can dig it. So that's the second phase. First phase is the cleanse, to move everything out from the day before. From this. This is going to get rid of stuff, break stuff down. And finally, okay, and then after all that, then we bring in the Pure Life finally right before bed. I like to chew these up and brush my teeth with them. Okay? Let's do the apples. So the enzymes break down the biofilms and the proteins and the carbs and the fats. The herbal blood kills the parasites and the candida and helps to alleviate mold, which is really a deoxygenated situation, which processed food, because there's oxygen-rich foods. There's oxygen in these apples. And when you do this and you drink it right away or you eat the apples, you get a lot of oxygen, and that gets rid of the mold. But now what you're doing is you're bringing in the probiotics, which is there's a reason why probiotics is a multi-billion-dollar industry is because there's so much. Our food supply, medicine supply, even the air supply. Don't let me go into the rabbit hole. I'll have to get my tinfoil hat on. But the air supply, it's all antibiotic. What is antibiotic? What does bio mean? Bio means organic in Europe, but bio also means life. So antibiotics, anti-life. Probiotics, pro-life. So when you break down the carbs, proteins, and fats that are undigested because they're coagulated from cooking them and processing them, you start to break them down. Now you've got enzyme-activated probiotics, which you take right before bed. Those go in and actually recirculate and recycle. The probiotics transform. Those are microorganisms that once they get wet, they come alive, they start to proliferate. They break down all of the waste matter that is from the proteins, the carbs, and fats, which are now being broken down by the surface area of the enzymes, which break down substrates. Enzymes break down substrates so that they can be separated, and enzymes also bring substrates together to formulate anabolic processes in the body as well. When you bring in the probiotics, now you've got a situation where it's able to recycle all the food that should have been digested a year ago or 5 years ago, or for some people 20 years ago, residue sitting in there. The body's an amazing thing, but we owe a debt and we got to get cleaned up. If you want to get cleaned up, then follow. This is one way to do it. There are many, many ways, but juicing but the juicing and the Paradigm path is a great path. It's right between like a living foods diet and the water-only fasting. So you're graduating eventually to the water-only fasting, but about 98% of the people that I work with aren't quite ready for that yet. But if you can get on this, you can get yourself well underway. You're going to start activating your brain. You're going to wake up. You're going to get more and more clear as you drink the juice every day, the daily juicing habit. If you don't learn anything from this video, or you don't want to order Paradigm stuff, get a juicer at least and use that once a day and start the process of saturating your body with the living water, the living minerals, the living antioxidants, the living oxygen, the living hydrant, and the living fibers, which will start to transform your gut, transform your mind, and transform your consciousness. Because what you eat does have consciousness and affects your consciousness, and it is consciousness, and it is energy, and it is information. So what you eat is information. So is it any wonder the whole world is depressed, anxious, afraid, and dumbed down enough to believe in the government? I mean, can you believe it? How could you believe in the government? Did you never read a history book? Of course not. There's no way these people read a history book. You got to trust yourself, okay? You got to find a small handful of friends you can trust. Maybe a doctor you can trust, or a naturopath, or a healer, or some kind of layman that's just like, oh, I spent the last 30 years drinking juice every day. Let me tell you, I don't have any problems. I got energy. I got life force. I got a heart on when I go to bed and when I wake up. If you want that, then you listen to what they say. You know what I'm saying? But you don't go, oh, we need to go to these government websites and get validated, fact-checked information, because then you know you didn't read no history books, okay? So what I'm trying to say is you got to think for yourself, and it's a new world now, because these corporations, they ain't trying to have you healthy. You are their money machine, man. And the fatter and sicker and dumber you are, the better for them, because you're going to keep on eating the processed food, which has chemicals. Then you're going to go out into the sun and be like, oh, the sun's going to burn me, because the sun is going to detoxify all those acids from the processed food. Now you're going to spray more chemicals on yourself with some sunblock. And the reason why you need more chemicals from the sunblock is because you have the chemicals in your body now. If you don't have any of the chemicals in your body, then all you do is drink your juice. You go outside, you never sunburn, no matter how long you're out in the sun. And it ain't a bad thing. You can worship the sun all day long. And you never burn because you drink the green juice and you eat the fruit. And the fruit is the sun food, and the greens are the sun food. Can you dig it? But if you eat the processed food that is not the sun food, it came from the sun at one point, but then it went through all these ultra processing methods, and now it ain't got nothing in it. And now it's leaving behind residues. Then you hit the sun and the detoxification of the sun, then it burns your skin. But it's the acids being detoxified from the processed nasty food. Then you got to spray yourself with more chemicals. And that is what we're dealing with. We're using chemicals to suppress the symptoms of the chemicals, to suppress the symptoms of the chemicals, to suppress the symptoms of the chemicals that we were exposed to suppress the symptoms of the chemicals, and it goes on and on. But then you can stop. If you want to be smart, and you want to be wise, and you want to live according to the laws of life, and you want to thrive, and you want to have a heart-on when you're 80 years old, then you get rid of the chemical and you stop it. And there's a lot of things we could talk about, but I get my lily white ass in trouble. Okay? So you got to figure out what is the source of the synthetic, isolated chemicals that are disrupting your biological function. Where are those coming from? And can you stop those from happening to your children and yourself in your diet and your medicines and through the food you eat and the pillow you sleep on and the laundry soap you use and the stuff you spread on your skin and in your hair ad infinitum? And when you get wind of that and you figure it out, you're like, you know what? I'm going to go lay my naked ass at the beach, find some pure water with no chemicals in it. I'm going to find some food with no chemicals in it. I'm going to find a pillowcase with no chemicals in it. I mean, I'd say I would wear some clothes with no chemicals in it, but this is probably not really a natural shirt. But my girlfriend's trying to get me to go more with the linens and stuff, so I'm seeing her, you know. But this is my little professional thing that I do. So I don't always do perfect either, but what you can do, my thing is like, listen, you can avoid 80 to 90% of the chemicals. The air, that's a little bit of a thing. You go here, there's someone smoking. You go into this place, there's carpet. You can't avoid 100% of exposure to synthetic, inimical, chemical substances. But you can become very aware, and you can minimize that way down to like 80, 90% avoidance. I'm probably at like 90%. Most of it's from the air. It's the fallout. Can you dig it? I can't dig it, but it's really happening. And they're finally admitting it. But they're like, well, we were thinking about spraying some stuff in the sky. You know, it's like, well, let me see. That's been going on for like 75 years. But it depends on how well informed you are. I love being well informed. The downside to being informed is you're like, the emperor ain't got no clothes on. And everyone's like, no, no, no. He definitely has to have clothes on. You see that? That's a penis. Those are nipples. No, 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 no. That couldn't be. So that's the world. And then finally, 20, 30 years later, after you've been telling everyone, then science goes, the emperor doesn't have any clothes on. And you're like, yeah, I knew that the whole time, bro. Yeah, oh, yeah, totally. And then you're the guy that's like the conspiracy nut 20, 30 years ahead of the game. There's chemicals in the food. They're like, oh, sure, shut up, Alex Jones. You know what I mean? And they think you're a paranoid, delusional nut job. But actually, after a while, they get fatter, they get sicker, they get cancer, they die. And then you're like, hey, I'm still feeling fantastic. Wonderful, because I don't take the chemicals as much as I can. I get an education, I think, and I act upon the knowledge and information. I do the best I can. And I don't try to do perfect, and I don't stress out about it. But I like to get an education. Then I like to implement that knowledge into my life. Can you dig it, baby? So this is the magic formula in the evening. Sorry, Regina, but hopefully you're still here. But all that tangent stuff. But you love it anyways. Hopefully I made you laugh. Pure Life, probiotics, breaking down. And so the probiotics, these are enzyme enhanced. But now you've got the enzymes over here breaking everything down. And what you're doing with the probiotics is transforming it all. So it's a very efficient system, and then you become very, very efficient inside of yourself to increase anabolism, or the regeneration process, through the Paradigm 4 Core protocol and the living foods and the juicing, because the pancreas is wiped out. You only have so much of an enzyme capacity each day. And if you wipe it out with processed foods, of course you're going to get diabetes and overweight, and you're going to lose your vitality and your virility, because the pancreas can only produce so many enzymes. And then you just waste it away. Then there's no metabolic enzymes, so there's no anabolic processes, so you're just unraveling at the level of the DNA even. And you're getting chubbier and slower and more sluggish and overweight and more clogged up, because you've got a deficiency. That's why we're bringing in the living juices, we're bringing in the enzymes, and we're trying to bring people back to life. Bring yourself back to life. Please make this insane job that I have worth it, okay? I enjoy this. I hope you got something out of this video. I need a frickin' lemon ginger blast. It's been 2 months. I am literally starving, okay? Let me give this a stir. This looks like a really good one. Nice and dankety. The diggity dankety. Can you dig it? Man, do I need this like you wouldn't even believe, bro. Okay, I'm going to go halfway now. I'm going to add some Shilajit. This is from Fractal Forest. I like their stuff because I know how pure it is. I'll go with a couple. And, you know, so just use some Shilajit in there, because that's going to cover all the fulvic, all the humic, all the pterohydrates, all the communication molecules, and just add to the process. So you've got the enzymes, the probiotics, the cleanse, the herbal blood, you've got the Shilajit, and then what you've got is this process that just every day your gut gets better. Every day you take these monstrous craps. Every day the more sludge and slime. Now, you might have days where you don't feel well, but that's the old gunk, junk, slime, sludge, and filth going into your bloodstream to be processed through the kidneys. Okay? So take more juice, take some more enzymes, and lay down and rest. Go get a massage, go get a colonic, go take a walk, do a little yoga, do a little rebounding. You know, on those days where you feel like crap, you just rest and relax. And you don't go get a cup of coffee. You're just like, okay, cool, this is my body healing. Dude, you've never seen a dude more thirsty and more hungry in your life. I've only done a 36-hour, well, it's probably a little bit, actually it's almost, we're almost at 48 hours now. But that's nothing really, to be honest with you. Everyone's like, I did a 24 hours, 48 hours. It's like this huge thing. And I'm like, oh yeah? Well, it's nothing. I mean, I don't mean to say that, because it's actually, 24-hour fasting is awesome. I shouldn't, because then it has the ego. But the longer you go with the fasting, the deeper you get, the better it is, the closer you feel to God, and the more junk, sludge, slime, filth, and toxins on the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and soul planes, which I saw when I went and did a 10-day wilderness fast. I was like, oh my God, I got to teach these people to have, it's their souls. And that's why there's spontaneous remission with all these different diseases and stuff, because if you get the soul level, so then you got to just serve everyone, love God. You be nothing and you be everything. You be the all of it. That's why the meditation's so helpful. Be all of it. And then you be the ultimate soul body being. Then there's no hatred. There's no judgments. There's no, you ate this and you eat that and I'm a vegan and you're a carnivore and blah, blah, blah. And everyone's mad as hell and it's killing them. And it's manifesting in their body as all these different diseases and stuff. So love everyone, love yourself, love life, love the truth, love God, love the source, love Jehovah, love Allah, whatever you want to call it, man. I don't care. I praise all the 10,000 names. I don't give a flying flip and rip about the semantics. I don't care what you call it. If you're a Muslim, dude, all praises be to Allah. Because I trust you now. Because at least you have that in you. It's the other people running all these rings, I won't even say what, doing all these things with the chemicals and the wars and the death and the killing and the lying and the cheating and the media and the Hollywood. Those are the people I don't trust. Because they are rolling with the wrong dude. So whatever you call the big dude, which is the light and the love and the peace and the truth, we can roll. You like that other dude and you want to switch that cross upside down and start doing some weird stuff to kids and blood and death and destruction and pain and suffering. You ain't my dude. But there's a lot of that on this planet. So we got to stand up for the light. We got to do this one first. Get this one, and all the rest of this, you are like, Satan, you ain't got nothing here. You are my bitch. And that's what you become. When you become that powerful, you're like, Satan. Ha ha ha. He's like, I'm powerful. It's like you are weak. You are so weak and you are so afraid. And I am love and I am courage. And you are nothing in my world. You have nothing. But you got to really develop the power and the connection with the infinite and the almighty divine. Then you're like, in the name of Jesus, you ain't nothing. You ain't got nothing. But if you don't have the power, you can be susceptible to, if you drinking the spirits and taking the drugs and taking the drug foods and getting all the chemicals exposure, that's going to weaken you. That's why they said, let's make this blapper, Rudolf Steiner, to diminish people's spiritual connection. So develop your spiritual connection, develop your body, develop your heart with love, develop your mind, and be the awesome, bright light that you are and meant to be. And then flip your fingers, because it's a war in your heart. It's the war of light and darkness in your own heart. Don't worry about anyone else's light and darkness. Don't even comment about anyone else's problems. You got your own. And you know it. So get right with yourself and get right with God. And nobody else needs to do nothing, because when you change yourself, the world that you see changes. And you're like, well, I can't bail out the whole ocean of suffering. I don't need to change the world. I got enough work to do right here. I need a drink of this lemon ginger blast. We're going 45 minutes. It used to be that on Facebook. Thank you for the love and support. Listen to a man rant and rave. I really do truly love this art. I hope you learned something. I want to make a difference. Just you know, I'm not like this save the world, bleeding heart person. This is my job, and it's my art, and it's my fun, and it's my life. But it's cool. Like, I hope you learned something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to serve God. That's all I want. That's what I say every day of my life. Serve God. And I was tripping the last few days. I was like, what do you want me to do, God? And then this is the paradigm. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that I was going to be like a guru or something. Like, it's all in you already. You don't need none of this stuff. But it's trying to tell me you got to come down to earth. You got to be practical. You got to give these people tools, and you got to give them knowledge, and then we can work it from the bottom up. You can't just start at the top and be like, be God. I'm out. You got to help them to get healthier in their body so they can feel the flow of divinity working through them. They can be channels so that their heart opens up. I know what it's like to do the work to get the heart to open. You're like, please, God, help me. I am a dunderhead, you know, and I got all this crap. And your brain and your heart and your bad habits, I get it. Don't stop. Thank you, Lord, for these enzymes. And thank you, God, for this lemon ginger blast, because I am stoked out of my mind for this. It's a little bit better when it's cold. Everything was lukewarm from the market. But you know what? I'll take it. Now, that was a great video. I'm going to upload that. I got a whole bunch of other stuff here, but I got to go out and play for a little while, because we just knocked that one out of the park. Can you dig it? Oh, dude. Oh, hell yeah. Man, I haven't had a lemon ginger blast in like 2 months. It is way too long, bro. Okay, that's trying to keep it 8. Oh, by the way, sorry, Regina. 8 cleanse, 8 purizyme, 8 herbal blood, and then the Pure Life are a lot smaller, so more like 10, 12, or sometimes 20. I just take a handful, chew them up, brush my teeth with them, keep your teeth and gums strong, get those probiotics in there. They work all night long. You wake up, 4 o'clock in the morning, refreshed and ready for your daily meditation and yoga. Can you dig it? Mm-hmm. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for giving this a thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. Check out my Patreon Elite Video Club. All the links are down below. God bless you. 45 out.